Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to rumble! Ryan Garcia! 146.
This isn't just Ryan Garcia versus Naoya Inoue. This is a collision where one brutal mistake could end everything in a single second. When Ryan Garcia's explosive speed meets Naoya Inoue's ruthless precision, only one walks out, and the other might never look the same again.
His opponent blue and weighing in officially. £0.8. Outstanding. Fighting out of Victorville.
What do you get when blazing speed clashes with pinpoint accuracy? When big stage hype runs into pure pound-for-pound excellence? Tonight, the lights shine at their brightest as Ryan Garcia steps into risky ground against the relentless Naoya Inoue. One fighter lives off highlight knockouts and headline moments, while the other breaks rivals down with calm, methodical precision. This is more than just a fight, it's a message. Strength, honor, and worldwide supremacy are all at stake. And once the bell sounds, there's no place left to run.
He's a really good fighter. He's crafty. He trains with Joel Diaz and Indio. And it would not surprise me at all, but Inoue is the best. You have to always pick Inoue. And if Inoue wins as expected, he will defend his Ring Magazine Championship December 27th against David Picasso. I think he's a pretty good fighter. Mexican, young, exciting.
He's definitely the top from the eye test, at least. You know, for me, he's just so explosive. His combinations, the way he moves, you know, you see him get dropped, come back, knock the dude out. So for me,
like Naoya,
Inoue, amazing fight.
He's a good fighter. And I hope that he will accomplish in different weight division also.
Yeah, he probably will. Such a quality fighter.
Inoue's not going to chase you here. He's going to say, aha, I see what's available down here.
He's not going to be tricked by it. And I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to hurt him to the body. And I think he's going to wind up getting rid of him at some point. For the people that say, well, is it worth my time to watch?
Ryan Garcia fighting Conor Ben in the UK is bigger than him fighting Devin here, who motherfuckers already think you kicked his ass. I literally didn't want to see the first fight. Now you're going to give me a rematch of something I didn't want to see. Because you know how I feel about you being a world champion. You're a world champion. You're going around the world to be champion. Go to the UK, you fight Conor Ben. It's a bigger fight than this.
I think it's a bigger fight. I think it's a bigger fight in the UK.
Listen to what y'all saying. If you're in the UK, and in the UK, we're talking about a bigger fight globally, which means the entire fucking...
The boxing world doesn't often see a matchup this uncertain, this risky, and this important. On one side is Ryan Garcia, a star powered by incredible speed, crushing left hooks, and a following that turns every bout into a worldwide spectacle. Garcia doesn't simply compete, he delivers moments that take over the internet. But attention alone doesn't secure victory. And tonight, he steps in with a man who has made dominance look like a craft. Across from him stands Naoya Inoue, a fighter respected and feared in multiple divisions. A true specialist who takes opponents apart step by step. Inoue doesn't just look for knockouts, he builds them. Every shot is accurate, every move has purpose, and each round feels like a steady breakdown of his opponent's resolve. This isn't just speed against strength. It's unpredictability against control, passion against precision. When styles meet at this level, nothing is certain. Garcia's burst can shift everything in an instant, while Inoue's constant pressure can turn small moments into total control. One slip, one chance, one exchange, that's all it takes. And in a fight like this, every moment feels like the final chance to stay in it.
World. Maybe that was part of what happened. What's more important, being a champion with a title from a governing body in boxing, or being the king of the world? Right now, he's the king of the world.
It's over with, Oscar. It's over with. Lions, the hiding, the ducking, the playing, the comedian shit that you guys are doing, and that's what I do have to say enough of. On the last stand, let it be the last time we let these jokers get away with.
But raw speed by itself doesn't secure a win. Inoue is a master at spotting patterns, slowly taking fighters apart and targeting flaws with sharp accuracy. Garcia likes to stay at range and rely on counter timing, while Inoue is exceptional at closing distance and attacking the body. If this matchup ever happens, positioning and composure will decide the outcome. Boxing thrives on dream matchups, and very few imagined fights spark as much debate as Inoue versus Ryan Garcia. This isn't just a what-if. It's a meeting of worldwide fame, opposite styles, and massive fan followings. When elite-level precision meets explosive, social media-driven energy, interest skyrockets. Fans aren't only debating who would win. They're questioning how skill, size, speed, and mindset would clash under the brightest lights in professional boxing. Naoya Inoue has earned his place as one of the most complete fighters in the sport. Known for punishing body shots, perfect timing, and ruthless efficiency, he overwhelms opponents with smart, controlled aggression. His footwork is tight, his defense is disciplined, and his finishing ability is sharp. Moving across weight classes and collecting world titles, he has built global respect. Inoue doesn't throw without purpose. Every combination is deliberate, accurate, and capable of ending a fight. Ryan Garcia represents a completely different kind of star. Gifted with incredibly fast hands and a dangerous left hook, he blends athletic talent with huge mainstream appeal. His online presence brings millions of casual fans into boxing. Garcia feeds off speed and momentum, often putting opponents under pressure early. While some critics point to defensive gaps, his offensive timing and sharpness make him a real threat. When Garcia lands clean, everything can change in a split second, making him one of the sport's most unpredictable fighters. One of the biggest points of debate in this matchup is size. Garcia has fought in higher weight divisions, naturally holding advantages in height and reach. Inoue, on the other hand, built his dominance in lighter divisions where speed and technique rule. If this fight were ever discussed seriously, weight conditions would shape everything. Would Garcia cut down? Would Inoue move up? Physical differences alone create a serious question about whether skill can overcome natural size at the highest level. From a technical view, this becomes a contest between discipline and explosiveness. Inoue's steady pressure and focus on the body could wear Garcia down over time, but Garcia's speed could create chaos early. The first few rounds would likely set the tone. If Garcia controls distance and rhythm, he gains momentum. If Inoue gets inside and works the body, the fight changes quickly. Small adjustments in timing and positioning would decide exchanges that happen in fractions of a second. Training camps for a fight like this would be intense. Garcia would likely focus on strength, controlling distance, and improving defense. Inoue's preparation would center on maintaining speed, explosive entries, and counter timing against taller sparring partners. Conditioning would be crucial, especially if the pace rises early. Nutrition, recovery, and tactical planning would all play a role. At the top level, preparation often makes the difference between winning and falling short under global pressure. The business side also matters. Garcia's popularity in the United States combined with Inoue's dominance in Japan would create a powerful international pay-per-view market. Broadcast deals, sponsorships, and global promotion would bring in huge revenue. Even as a fantasy, this fight draws attention because it connects hardcore boxing fans with mainstream audiences. Financial appeal often drives negotiations, and this matchup would bridge the gap between technical purists and casual viewers. Mental strength would play a major role. Inoue enters fights calm, focused, and methodical. Garcia thrives on energy, confidence, and crowd support. Staying composed during tough moments would influence momentum swings. If Garcia takes heavy body shots, patience becomes key. If Inoue faces early bursts of speed, resilience is essential. At this level, boxing is as much mental as it is physical. The fighter who adapts better to unexpected moments usually takes control in crucial rounds. Early rounds would likely favor Garcia's speed. His jab and quick left hook could test Inoue at a higher weight, but as the fight goes on, Inoue's bodywork could slow Garcia down. Shots to the ribs, tight combinations, and inside positioning could gradually reduce explosiveness. The middle rounds would be the turning point. That's where it becomes clear whether Garcia keeps the pace or Inoue turns it into a controlled breakdown. Defensively, Garcia must stay sharp. Leaning back too much or dropping his hands could open the door for precise counters. Inoue is known for punishing mistakes instantly. At the same time, Inoue must avoid staying at long range where Garcia's reach gives him an edge. Footwork, head movement, and ring control would be key factors. Neither fighter can fall into predictable patterns. At this level, one mistake can lead to a knockdown that changes everything. Fan interest keeps these debates alive. Supporters imagine explosive exchanges and dramatic swings in momentum. Social media spreads every comparison and scenario. While some question the weight difference, others are drawn to the spectacle. This mix of technical analysis and entertainment explains why this topic gets so much attention. Curiosity brings viewers in, but detailed breakdowns keep them engaged. From a legacy standpoint, the stakes would be huge. For Inoue, beating a bigger, globally known name would boost his pound-for-pound status even further. For Garcia, defeating a highly respected technician would silence critics and raise his credibility. High-risk fights define careers. Even the discussion of outcomes shapes how fighters are viewed. In boxing history, bold challenges often leave a bigger mark than safe defenses, especially when styles promise excitement. Endurance over later rounds would be critical. Garcia's explosive approach can slow under pressure, while Inoue's controlled aggression tends to build as the fight continues. If it goes past the early action, stamina could favor the more efficient fighter. Still, knockouts don't always require heavyweight power. Precision and timing can be just as dangerous. Every round adds fatigue, changing the fight little by little. Predicting the outcome means balancing physical advantages with technical skill. Garcia's size and speed create real early danger. Inoue's experience, control, and body attack offer long-term advantages. If Garcia lands clean early, momentum could swing quickly. If Inoue slows him down and controls the inside, the fight shifts step by step. This matchup blends risk with elite-level skill, making it difficult but exciting to predict. In the end, this fantasy fight captures attention because it brings together two different worlds: technical brilliance and mainstream excitement. Whether it ever happens or not, the debate alone draws global interest. For fans looking for deeper boxing analysis, the real appeal is in the contrast of styles. Size, speed, power, discipline, and mindset all come together in a complex equation. In a sport built on moments, one perfectly timed exchange can change everything. When the dust settles and the final bell echoes, only one name stands above the rest. Fights like this don't just decide winners, they shape legacies. Whether it's the explosive force of Ryan Garcia or the relentless precision of Naoya Inoue, this matchup represents boxing at its most intense level. Moments like these define careers, shift divisions, and give fans something unforgettable. This wasn't just about a fight. It was about proving greatness under pressure. If you want more high-level breakdowns, viral moments, and the biggest clashes in boxing, stay connected with Boxing Edge, because here we don't just watch the action, we break it down as history unfolds. This content is created for boxing fans to stay informed with the latest news, analysis, and fight discussion. We follow YouTube's community guidelines and policies at every step, ensuring our content remains respectful, accurate, and suitable for all viewers. Our goal is to keep our audience updated using reliable references and current information from the boxing world. We also use AI tools to support research and production. But every piece of content is carefully reviewed to maintain quality, originality, and full compliance with YouTube rules.